Shazam. We have to do this together.
He's one of Hollywood's top-earning actors in 2019, according to Forbes magazine.
Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, named the highest-earning actor of the year.
He's also one of the most famous wrestlers in the world.
Cena took a swing.
A powerhouse who's won big in wrestling, took over Hollywood and made a fortune, larger than his biceps. I'm talking about none other than the one and only Dwayne Douglas Johnson, better known as The Rock.
Rubber bullets. Big mistake.
He's not just a wrestler, he's a 10-time WWE World Champion and a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. A man who rose from a tough past in the world of crime to achieve Hollywood success? Or perhaps you wondered how he managed to overcome life's toughest hurdles with unwavering strength and determination. Ever wondered how The Rock became such a legend, or how he stayed strong through all his ups and downs? Welcome to Celeb Spot. Today, all your burning questions will be answered. But before we dive in, how about hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell? By doing so, we'll make sure you won't miss out on any of our latest videos featuring your favorite celebrities. Go ahead, give those buttons a click. Wrestling wasn't just a sport for Dwayne Johnson, it was a family legacy. It seemed like wrestling ran in his blood. With a father like Soulman Rocky Johnson, a renowned wrestler, and a lineage of wrestlers, including his grandfather, cousins, and uncle, Dwayne was destined for the ring. Not to mention, his mother played a crucial role as a promoter for his father's career. And if that wasn't enough, his grandmother carved her path as a head coach in the Women's Wrestling League in Polynesia. Dwayne was born on the 2nd of May 1972 in California. Due to his father's job involving frequent relocations, the Johnson family was always on the move. As a result, Dwayne spent part of his childhood in Auckland, New Zealand, living with his mother's family and attending elementary school. Later, he relocated to Honolulu, where he completed his education up to grade 11. Finally, for his senior year, Dwayne moved to Pennsylvania. Young Dwayne's childhood was anything but ordinary. Dwayne grew up in a household with strict family rules. His father, keen on instilling discipline, would accompany him to the gym and even enrolled him in competitions from a young age. In an open-air talk show, Dwayne recalls some incredible tough memories about his father.
My dad grew up tough and hard. My dad was on his own when he was 13 years old.
By the tender age of 12, Dwayne's dedication was so remarkable that he ventured into testing his abilities with a barbell apparatus. He was constantly on the move, witnessing his father's electrifying performances in the wrestling ring.
Drop kicks over the hip, gets his man. Does Fuji? Gets him down. Small package.
But it wasn't just about watching from the sidelines for this future icon. About his father's discipline, Dwayne says,
my dad would always get up before the sun came up, and he would get me up on weekends when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I hated it.
Unfortunately, Dwayne's father struggled to provide a comfortable life for their family. He pursued every opportunity to earn money, but was rarely present at home. As the years passed, Dwayne saw less of his father, while life with his mother became increasingly challenging. When Dwayne was just 14, his parents divorced, adding another layer of difficulty. Dwayne and his mother settled into a small rented house in Honolulu, scraping by on meager savings. However, even this modest living situation proved unsustainable.
We lived in a small efficiency apartment. My mom and I came home, and there was an eviction notice on the door. It was the final eviction notice. My mom started crying. I felt like, I never want to be in this position again. What can I do?
With the help of his maternal grandparents, they managed to regain temporary housing. However, Dwayne understood this was not a long-term solution. These hardships took a toll on his behavior, leading to aggression and frequent conflicts, both at school and at home. Despite dreaming of financial stability, Dwayne's desperation led him down a dangerous path. With his physical prowess, he saw crime as a means to an end. While his mother worked as a cleaner, Dwayne became involved with a gang in Waikiki, resorting to robbery of clothing and jewelry stores. Fortunately, he soon realized the folly of this path, understanding it would likely lead to prison rather than professional success. The Rock revealed his multiple arrests in Hawaii as a teenager.
So as I was growing up as a teenager in Hawaii, I used to get in trouble a lot, doing a lot of things I shouldn't have been doing, arrested multiple times.
Dwayne Johnson's life of crime seemed to have stopped in the fall of 1987 when he moved to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania with his parents. But with winter looming and in need of warm clothing, Johnson again resorted to stealing. However, this time he was apprehended. Despite his past encounters with the law in Hawaii, where he had managed to escape consequences through connections, this time was different. His mother had to intervene and bail him out of the police station. Upon returning home, she tearfully pleaded with him to never steal again. That marked the end of Johnson's days of theft. Then he glanced around and felt inspired by the likes of Muhammad Ali and wrestlers who dedicated themselves to sculpting their bodies. So Dwayne chose to follow in his father's footsteps and bulked up his muscles. Jody Swick, the football coach at Freedom High School, recognized Johnson's athletic talent and invited him to join the school's football team.
Fresh into this high school in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Freedom High School. A teacher comes in, his name is Jody Swick. He shook my hand. "Why don't you come out and play football for me?" I said, "Okay."
Johnson played as a defensive tackle, and this experience proved to be a major turning point in his life. During his high school days, Dwayne dived into football, and boy did he excel. His talent on the field earned him a full scholarship to the University of Miami, where he left a trail of awe and admiration for his remarkable skills. Following his graduation, Johnson landed a contract with the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Initially positioned as a defensive tackle, he was later shifted to linebacker. Despite being placed on Calgary's practice roster, Johnson's stint with the team was short-lived as he was released just 2 months into the 1995 season. However, fate had its own plans. In 1995, devastating shoulder and back injuries shattered Dwayne's NFL dreams. But this wasn't the end of the road for him. Determined and resilient, he pivoted towards another arena, the world of wrestling. Following his brief stint in football, Johnson faced disappointment but remained undeterred, shifting his focus to a career in professional wrestling. About his first WWE match, The Rock reacts.
I remember knowing what the finish of the match was, and I made one call to my parents, and I was like, "Hey, just watch tonight, something special is gonna go down."
After showcasing his skills in tryout matches with the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) in 1996, Johnson signed a contract that summer. From there, his ascent to stardom was meteoric. Debuting as Rocky Maivia, a tribute to his father and grandfather's ring names, Johnson quickly rose to prominence, dominating the wrestling scene throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s. Under the moniker The Rock, he became a household name, securing WWF heavyweight title an impressive 6 times and clinching 5 tag team titles. Even today, Johnson remains one of the most iconic wrestlers in WWE history, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. Renowned for his memorable catchphrases such as
If you smell what the Rock is cooking,
and his trademark move, the People's Elbow, Johnson captured the hearts of fans and emerged as a prominent figure in the wrestling world. However, his aspirations extended beyond the wrestling ring. Johnson wanted to try something new, acting in movies. It wasn't easy to move from wrestling to movies, but he worked hard and made his debut as a host on Saturday Night Live in 2000.
It's a robot that is designed to molest children. And I call it Robo Chomo.
This opportunity marked a pivotal moment in his career, leading to offers for acting roles from major Hollywood studios. His first major role was as Matthias, the Scorpion King, in the 2001 film The Mummy Returns.
The Scorpion King and his army were defeated.
Just a year later, he returned to portray the same character in The Scorpion King. Matthias the Scorpion King is a skilled warrior seeking vengeance for his father's murder. Throughout the film series, he battles gods, creatures and tyrants, ultimately becoming a legendary figure whose awakening could unleash an army of Anubis warriors.
Shooting The Mummy Returns, and it was about 115 degrees in the middle of the Sahara Desert. I was so sick.
In this movie, he got the highest pay ever for a newcomer in a leading role, pocketing $5.5 million. While Johnson wasn't the first wrestler to try his luck in Hollywood, he certainly became the most accomplished. In 2004, he left WWE to focus on acting. While he still made some appearances with the WWE until he officially retired from wrestling in 2019, Johnson was ready to leave behind his rock character and be known as Dwayne Johnson, the real actor. The movie's success helped Johnson get roles in many popular movies like Walking Tall, 2004.
Where?
From the security guys working at the casino.
As Chris Vaughn, a former U.S. Army Special Forces sergeant who returns to his hometown to find it plagued by corruption and drug problems associated with a local casino. Taking matters into his own hands, he becomes a sheriff to restore law and order. Ultimately, he shuts down the casino and revitalizes the community.
This is my town.
Some of his other movie roles include Be Cool, 2005, Fast and Furious, 2013, Furious 7 and San Andreas, both in 2015, The Fate of the Furious and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, both in 2017, and a cameo in Fast X, 2023. With roles spanning various genres, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has shown his versatility as an actor who could handle drama, action and comedy with ease. In 2011, Johnson truly cemented his status as a Hollywood heavyweight. He landed the role of Luke Hobbs in Fast 5, the fifth installment of the blockbuster Fast and Furious series. Here, Dwayne talks about his character.
Creating a character that was charming, that was handsome, that was clearly humble.
Since then, he's been the backbone of the franchise, reprising his role in every subsequent Fast and Furious film and even headlining the 2019 spin-off, Hobbs & Shaw. Garnering global acclaim, these movies have propelled him to the top echelon of Hollywood success. According to Forbes, Johnson raked in a staggering $89.4 million between 2018 and 2019, solidifying his position as Tinseltown's highest-paid star, a title he's claimed more than once. Despite his busy schedule, Johnson made occasional returns to wrestling, even teaming up with Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin for a memorable appearance at WrestleMania 30 in 2014.
What the Rock is cooking!
In 2015, Johnson also made his debut in a new dramatic comedy series, portraying Spencer Strathmore, a former pro football player turned financial planner on the show Ballers. But the actor, of course, was not going to stop there. In 2016, Dwayne Johnson's career reached new heights. Not only did he dazzle audiences as Bob Stone in the comedy Central Intelligence, but he also lent his voice to the character Maui in the animated film Moana by Disney.
When you're staring at a demigod, what can I say except you're welcome?
The directors wanted only Dwayne Johnson to voice the hero, refusing to consider anyone else. Interestingly, the initial character design for Maui bore a striking resemblance to Johnson, sporting an athletic physique and a bald head. However, after consulting with experts during a Pacific Islands expedition, the filmmakers opted to revise Maui's appearance to align better with legends. Nonetheless, certain aspects of Maui's character, such as his eyebrow movements,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't.
and gestures were directly inspired by Johnson. To cap off an incredible year, Dwayne Johnson was crowned the highest paid actor in the world. In 2018, Dwayne Johnson displayed both physical strength and emotional depth in his portrayal of Davis Okoye in Rampage.
No one move.
Are you crazy?
If you move, we're going to be in big trouble. Connor, do not move.
A devoted primatologist with a special connection to an albino gorilla named George.
George! Easy, buddy. Easy.
Davis is brave, resourceful and fiercely protective of George, showing unwavering loyalty as he races to stop a global disaster caused by a genetic experiment. He embodies the classic hero, combining strength and integrity to overcome immense challenges. Johnson revisited his wrestling origins with a cameo appearance as himself in Fighting with My Family 2019. Later in the same year, he returned to action-packed mode in the Fast and Furious spin-off, Hobbs & Shaw, starring alongside Jason Statham.
And my name's Michael.
They've stopped him for what, exactly?
In 2021, in Red Notice, Dwayne also played an action and comedy role as John Hartley.
Can you fly a helicopter?
Does the back of your head look like a huge penis?
An FBI profiler tasked with capturing the elusive art thief known as the Bishop. Initially portrayed as a by-the-book investigator, John finds himself framed for a crime he didn't commit, leading him to form an unlikely alliance with another thief played by Ryan Reynolds. As the story unfolds, John's true motives and allegiances come into question, adding layers of intrigue to the action-packed comedy. Our Rock takes on the superhero role of Black Adam in the 2022 film. Dwayne Johnson brings the thunder as Black Adam. This is not your ordinary superhero. Black Adam is a force of nature, a friend with godlike powers who was enslaved in ancient times.
He was also my son.
Tragedy made him tough, real tough, and now he does justice in his own way. Dwayne is passionate about his portrayal of the comic character Black Adam.
Because Black Adam was not one of the main superheroes that was world-renowned.
Young Rock is a TV sitcom inspired by the life of our hero Dwayne Johnson, known as The Rock, co-created by Johnson, Jeff Chang and Nanachka Khan. It aired on NBC from February 2021 to February 2023 with a second season renewal in April 2021. A holiday special aired in December 2021, followed by the second season premiere in March of 2022. The series was renewed for a third season in May 2022, but was ultimately cancelled in June of 2023 after 3 seasons. In August 2019, Johnson married his longtime girlfriend, singer and music producer Lauren Hashian. They are proud parents to daughters Jasmine Leah, born December 2015, and Tiana Jia, born April 2018. Additionally, Johnson has a daughter named Simone Alexandra from his first marriage to high school sweetheart Danny Garcia in 1997, but they parted ways a decade later. Despite the separation, Garcia remains his manager. Dwayne revealed that marriage was not in their cards.
Marriage wasn't in our cards, but we both had an appetite for business and to accomplish things. And we thought, well, what if we continued to do business together? And do you think we can? And it felt like it was like we could make something happen, and we did.
Dwayne says that he loves his daughters deeply and he hopes they'll inherit the same discipline he learned from his father.
I'll go back to my dad. My dad loved me with the small capacity in which he was capable of. So I learned from that, and so with my daughters, I want to be as full and as present with the love that I give them.
In a game-changing move, Dwayne shook up the sports world in August 2020 when he revealed his partnership with his ex-wife and a sports management company to acquire the XFL. The deal, valued at $15 million, breathed new life into the league after its earlier bankruptcy. Dwayne told how the XFL helped him to live his dream.
Football, this was my dream. I was supposed to be in my head on that field.
As always, we've saved the best for last. Here are some fascinating tidbits about The Rock. 7 Bucks Productions, the production company co-founded by Dwayne Johnson and his ex-wife Danny Garcia, got its name from the mere $7 Johnson had in his pocket after being cut from the Canadian Football League. Johnson is deeply committed to philanthropy, having established a foundation over a decade ago to aid terminally ill children, along with another foundation dedicated to troubled teens. And if anyone doubts Johnson's acting chops, just mention the letter he received a few years back from none other than Steven Spielberg himself, praising his work on Saturday Night Live and expressing admiration for his ongoing dedication. This anecdote proves Johnson is more than just muscles. He's a man with unparalleled charisma and resilience, beloved by fans worldwide. While he's made a name for himself in Hollywood, Johnson remains a wrestling legend, still receiving thunderous ovations from fans whenever he makes a guest appearance in the ring, and the anticipation for his new film releases is just as fervent. Get ready for these upcoming movies that are in production and slated for release in late 2024 or 2025. First up, we have Red One, where Dwayne Johnson takes on the role of the suave and daring Callum Drift in this action-packed comedy. Then journey back to the enchanting world of Moana, as Johnson is set to lend his voice once again to the lovable demigod Maui in the highly anticipated sequel. And another is Fast X Part 2, where Johnson revs up his engines as the iconic Luke Hobbs in the epic 10th installment of the Fast and Furious series. But that's not all. Johnson is also making waves in the realm of live action as he gears up to produce a thrilling remake of Moana, although his return to the role is still under wraps. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Celeb Spot. Until next time, stay inspired and keep reaching for your own Hollywood dreams.